proxy max. We'll see what he tries. He should feel like he's the favorite player. It's been a long time, I'd say, since mOOnGLaDe has played.
Yeah.
But first, in the bottom right, the SYF Terran, HuT.
And in the top left-hand corner, in the purple, you all know it. You all know it. It's mOOnGLaDe.
A very old name, back in 2012 era even.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
Go back to 2010.
Yeah.
StarCraft 2's
2012 was around the time when he stopped playing, really.
Yeah.
Somewhere around that time.
Even being, wasn't he Australia's best player in Warcraft 3 as well?
I wouldn't know. I wasn't very into the Warcraft, so I could see it being true. He was a very good player in Warcraft as well. So we have HuT going for a what looks like Reaper Expand, mOOnGLaDe opting for a hatch first. Safe macro openings for both. Nothing too out of the ordinary yet. It'll be interesting to see if HuT. Shinsel, can you speak up?
Yeah, I'll speak up a bit. I'll move it a bit closer as well.
It's interesting to see if HuT will opt for buy or mech play, considering he hasn't been played that much recently. A little bit of a break. I'm not too sure what kind of style he likes the most right now. There's obviously, the kind of BC Cyclone mech that we see out of a lot of Terrans right now.
Yeah.
Well, I think HuT's always been a big lover of Byron.
Yeah, I'd say it's more likely that he'd go for Bio this game over mech, just from like a stylistic point of view.
Look at that. Oh, wow. So we have an SCV scout moving across the map. HuT just doesn't want any surprises,
Yeah, just wants to make sure that mOOnGLaDe isn't going for some kind of rich play, Ravager play to try and break the natural. So
and now he's going to lock the third base with his SCV.
6 links coming out with the 2 queens. Is it normal to see 6 links or is it 4?
It kind of depends on the map. In like shorter rush distance maps, players usually opt for the 6 lanes. It can also be a little bit of personal preference. mOOnGLaDe's going to chase the SCV away from his third base. Going to probably try and take that. Loses a lane.
It lost 2 links as well.
2 links. He did. He lost 2 links. So pretty good start from HuT. You see anything? Overlord speed. So mOOnGLaDe's looking to, get scouting information, play it safe, slow, cool. On HuT's side, he's actually opted not to go for Hellions. No in-game sound.
So do you think he's going to go for a Cloaked Banshee or something like a Liberator?
Well, with the Tech Lab finishing up, he might even opt for Battle Cruisers. Let's see if he chucks out a Fusion Core. Might also be Banshees, possibility. Widowmine Banshee. No Cloak yet.
Yeah, might be just trying to pick with Marines and Widowmine.
Got some Lings coming to the front. HuT's just pulled everything to the top of his round. Still no third base, interesting note from mOOnGLaDe. He's got the drone there ready to build it, but he hasn't gone for that yet. Puts up the front, so he's not got anything done there.
Now Ritual and Layer coming up.
So we might be seeing a Nidus, I'd say, from mOOnGLaDe. That's what it looks like at the moment.
He isn't committing to more queens though. So it might just be trying to move into that Roach Ravager mid-game.
Baneling Nest as well. That was very interesting. Maybe it's some kind of like Roach Bane 2-base all in. He was taking a third though, so it could potentially just be defensive play.
Yeah, I think he's just looking for that kind of hybrid comp where you've got the Banelings to deal with the frontline Marines and then the Roaches to bulk with your force, and then the Ravagers to deal with the Air Force as well. Third is coming up for HuT as well, and he is building the Fusion Core. So just a single Banshee into Viking into the Battle Cruiser.
Could potentially be Speed Banshees as well. Fusion Core is finished. See what he chooses to do. Doesn't have enough money for the Battle Cruiser right now since he started a third CC. We've got 3 spore cores coming down,
Right,
so
so
I'll block some mOOnGLaDe.
Okay, there comes
One
that.
on the one on the main, one on the nap. So the Banshee did kind of force him to have some reaction from him. Battle Cruiser coming up now for HuT.
And the Spire coming up from mOOnGLaDe.
Not entirely sure yet if HuT's looking to commit to mech or bio. I lean towards mech right now, considering it hasn't gone for stim or anything yet.
Yeah.
If the 4 gas is coming down, it should be mech.
Yeah, the fact is reactoring out Helens as well leans towards mech, especially this late into the early game.
So right now, mOOnGLaDe actually only has 2 queens. He's producing 2 more right now, but it could be a little bit scary with this BC popping up soon. 2 more factories coming down for HuT, so he is opting for the mech play.
And mOOnGLaDe's getting dual melee upgrades and the bailing speed. So I think the bridge borrowing was just a kind of safety measure in case there was a kind of pullback.
Yeah, some held-out push or something.
The battle priest is about to pop out and see where it teleports to.
Right straight into my main, sees the Spire now. Let's see, he's targeting down drones. mOOnGLaDe notices, pulls away. As he pulled his queens up, he's got his queens still at the 3rd base.
He might lose that queen as well from the main.
So that queen falls.
I think this is just his inexperience with the current meta of TvZ right now. He just doesn't know the fact that there'd be BCs teleporting.
This BC meta is relatively new over the past year maybe. It's probably not something that mOOnGLaDe's really experienced yet. He's going for mutalisks. Now this battlecruiser doesn't have the tactical jump available since it jumped into the main base, so it will fall. Manages to kill 2 mutas, first struggles. 2 mutas, a queen, some drones. I'd say that was reasonably good for HuT. He's setting a higher work account than mOOnGLaDe. Hasn't quite moved his 3rd base over yet.
Yeah, we see HuT with the double armory getting the cyclone upgrade as well with that. He's 100% committed to making that. The bunker in the main is kind of interesting.
Bunker in the main's been for a while. I think he thought the early Ling attack was more committed than it was. So HuT's doing an interesting push out. It's got a BC, 2 cyclones, some Hellions. I'm actually looking to take a little bit of map control and clear Ling off the watchtower. Just kind of sharpen him out, see if there's anything around his base. Just find another Ling. Doesn't kill him.
And we see Blade with a fair amount of meters now, with upgraded links and going towards hydrants.
I think that's probably a reasonable answer. Hydra Ling, pretty good against Cyclone and Helen and Pagan Mag. I'm a little bit worried about mOOnGLaDe's economy though. There's no 4th base yet. Wouldn't mind in the middle line. Gets a shot off. Pretty good. Although HuT is losing a lot of SCVs right now. It forces his entire army back as well. Another Widowmine shot goes off. And this is kind of what mOOnGLaDe needs right now. He needs to buy a little bit of time. You just get caught.
I think HuT wasn't prepared for mOOnGLaDe to commit wars in Unilist. At that point, he thought the Widowmine and Mineral line plus some small reinforcements would be able to.
Yeah, he thought it'd be okay defensively. He didn't have the turrets up just yet.
He's going to leave those runes there, maybe just try and fend them off.
15 Hydras on the wing. Looks like he's still getting a little bit of damage done at the 3rd base. Doesn't look like these mutas are going to do much more in their lives.
Yeah, with the
3 traps, 3 cyclones coming into lock on, flying over a missile tower. That should be basically the end of the Mutalisk harass.
Yeah, they might be able to deny SEV building a command center later on, but realistically, we're just going for Hydra and Bang right now. See, and
a weird 4th base location from mOOnGLaDe in the corner.
I guess because he's got such a mobile composition, he wants to try and make it so it's harder to attack between the two bases.
Yeah. So I was seeing an attack from HuT, a lot of Hydras. I don't think
Banelings though.
I don't think HuT can attack into this though. He's got a fair few queens, fair few Hydras. All of the Hellions fall, now the Cyclones fall. Hydra's getting on top of the BCs. BCs teleports out.
Decent trade for mOOnGLaDe there. He's just committing to more and more Hydralisks. But now HuT's building 3 siege tanks at a time, so once those start coming out, it's going to be a lot harder for mOOnGLaDe to fight into the economy.
Yeah, so let's see. Both BCs teleport out, so he keeps all 3 BCs alive, I believe. 4 BCs now, another one joining in. So it's like HuT's looking to get his 4th base up, already building the gases there. We'll have a look at the upgrades. We see HuT's now starting his 2-2. mOOnGLaDe hasn't got his 2-2 yet. He's going for HuT. There's his 2-2 coming out now.
Yeah, so they're going to be similarly timed, so there won't be a huge advantage for either player.
Yeah.
Though with the fast attack speed of the Hydralisk, the armor of the vehicles is going to be really useful.
And the base armor from the battle cruisers now means they'll be taking very little damage from the Hydras, which leaves me a little bit worried about mOOnGLaDe's ability to kill, 5 soon BCs with just pure Hydralisks.
mOOnGLaDe taking the Watchtower and posturing towards the 3rd though. And this position's really nice because you can move down towards the newly acquired 4th base.
Back in this way, they can attack out into the 4th base. So Yamato's going off, picking up some Hydras. A BC teleports just a tiny way away, get out of its death.
The creep spread from mOOnGLaDe is actually pretty restricted right now.
He's been a little bit limited, especially since he started off the game with such a low queen count and he lost a few to the BC, so he hasn't really ever got a chance to spread his creep out that far.
Yeah, because especially with this Hydraling army, the creep spread is really important. How to get far outside of your bases.
Nice thing for mOOnGLaDe though is that he hasn't really taken that much economic damage over the course of the game. He's sitting on
mostly being left alone.
5 bases, no mining at this base yet, but we'll get that set up soon.
And now he's got fighters coming up as well.
So he's probably looking to maybe just duck the battle cruisers or cyclones in and get a pick off.
Also around the siege tanks as well.
Flying over to this base, which they now find. Not very much defense over here right now. The Hydralisks are kind of scrambling to get in position, but mOOnGLaDe is losing a lot from this.
Yeah, this is the power of this BC composition. They could be pretty much anywhere on the map, and there's not a huge amount of danger to them.
And we'll teleport up on all the battle cruisers. They can just go wherever they want. He's going to pick off a queen, pick off the infestation bit, maybe even target down the hive if he wants. Hydra's
Meanwhile, down here,
having to deal with the main army, which means they're not able to deal with the battle cruiser harass. He does clear up the army then.
yeah, resetting that siege tank down is nice, but losing the hive is rough.
Hive goes down. Looks like the Spire too could probably go down at this rate. Targeting down that now.
Yeah, he's still got his Yamato cannons as well.
Might look at targeting down the Hive again as well.
I mean, why not?
Hive just come in now. See if he gets the teleports off. Yep, teleports all the BCs out. Doesn't lose a single battle cruiser. There was one out the front. I guess it was rallied to the main floor.
One cheeky boy.
One cheeky battle cruiser. Gets abducted in and just teleports out. The Hellions coming down to this base now. mOOnGLaDe's economy's really hurting at this point.
Yeah, this is where you could see some of the rust coming in from mOOnGLaDe. This high aggression, multitasking style of HuT is kind of pulling it apart.
Yeah, you see he's not really got very much mining. He is making a few more drones, getting the mining back up in this base. Mining it back up in this base. HuT's setting up his 5th base now. Looking to be at least equal in economy to
You have the
mOOnGLaDe.
weapons, ducting in the battle cruisers.
Now, the battle cruisers don't have teleport at the moment. Blinding cloud on the siege tanks, letting the Hydras close the distance, but now with the blinding cloud wearing off, it looks like all the Hydras will fall.
It does get a fair amount of siege tanks down, and a couple of battle cruisers, so it's a decent trade. And once he's...
His bank's looking really nice right now, but he needs to decide.
Yeah,
what
he
he's
didn't
gonna
instantly
make.
restart his lair, so...
He has Yeah, 18 lava, but he just doesn't have the tech right now. He has no hydrogen, no spire.
Yeah, he was a bit slow on building it back up, so he's kind of stuck with all of this money and nothing to use it for. So if I can hit a timing before Hydra extend, the spire, the hive is back up.
HuT recognizes that mOOnGLaDe just doesn't have any units right now. He just can't make any. He's sitting at, you know, a 3k, 1k bank. He could get a better army, but he just doesn't have the tech for it. He's got Infestation Pit, Hydra, and a Spire all coming down at the same time, just trying to get, you know, all his tech set up again. 3 Hellions coming into this space.
The spine crawler is a badge of defense, so there shouldn't be a huge amount of damage.
Not the best shots coming out from the Hellions. They have found a spot away from the spine crawlers. Queen slowly gonna kill them. We do get a fair few of the drones there. Though over this game now, you can see, you know, HuT started killing 54 workers. It was down at like 13, maybe 5 minutes ago, and he really like ramped up the aggression with the battle cruisers, the Hellions all over the map.
Yeah, now we see the battle cruisers moving up towards that top base again. And there's not a huge amount of defense though. 22 Hydras are on the way, but they're going to be spawning from a bunch of different hatcheries. There's no spores at that base. We should just be able to target it down.
Yeah, and with all the teleports back up on the battle cruisers as well, there's not really, you know, any threat. mOOnGLaDe hasn't made any infestors. He has no way of really, you know, locking down and catching these, preventing them from keeping up. That's going to be all of the drones going down.
Even a couple of links.
The base goes down as well. mOOnGLaDe's kind of looking a little bit lost right now. He's not really, he's not doing anything with his army. The battle cruisers fly to the main. There's nothing even there to kill, really.
We'll pick up the
There's a spawning pool, but it's going to die by itself soon. Corruptors and Hydras come over to meet the battle cruisers. The Armadas go off. He does lose a battle cruiser, second one before TPing out. Maybe not the best for HuT, but I think in the position he's in.
Another cheeky battle cruiser over here.
Looks like this one TP'd into this space to get some damage done. So that does fall.
Yeah, now you see the sensor tower mixing up, so HuT has full information of every move mOOnGLaDe's going to make towards his zone of the map. And soon he's going to be at 3-3 air upgrades, while mOOnGLaDe's still at 2-2.
Yeah.
No air upgrades as well. So those battle cruisers are going to be pretty invincible.
Of this guy. Hydra's not really going to do any damage. Corruptor's not really going to do any damage. He has no infestors at the moment.
Because eventually this Hydra Corruptor Viper force is going to just not be good enough to deal with this massive amount of battle
There's 7 battle cruisers at the moment with the tank support to kill the Hydras, I think. Yeah, I don't see losing a fight. Nice at Ducks. Does get to kill, I think there's maybe 2 battle cruisers. HuT's economy though is really starting to shine through. He's taken this base, he's taken these top bases, he's taken this
Planetary
one.
isn't set up though, so mOOnGLaDe might be able to pick it off before.
Yeah, no planetary. If he notices,
He's going for the counter attack on the other side of the map though. He's just forcing mOOnGLaDe to fight it.
HuT's just going straight through the middle of the map, trying to do the death blow. He recognizes that mOOnGLaDe doesn't really have an army that can contest. mOOnGLaDe's pulling all the way back now, I think.
I mean, he has to, but all of his text there, his production, if he loses that natural base, where these tanks are now getting set up, he just has no hope of even trying to recover this thing.
Now I'm going to see the problem again. All of these battle cruisers have teleport, so they can all Armada, take the fight, and just TP out when they get to low health.
He does lose one battle cruiser though.
mOOnGLaDe's supply is falling really far behind there. He just doesn't have the economy anymore, really.
And also he doesn't really have the lava either.
Yeah, he's sitting at 8 lava. I think he's just kind of processing his loss at the moment. Maybe getting a little bit, you know, overwhelmed by the constant aggression coming out from HuT.
One thing to note though is the more time mOOnGLaDe plays against this strategy, the more adept he's going to become at defending. So even though he took a ton of work on coin damage in this first game, as we go into the second game, he's probably going to be more adjusted to it.
There were times in this game where mOOnGLaDe was looking, you know, pretty good. He did manage to keep up in economy for the most part with HuT.
Yeah,
And this may be the first time that mOOnGLaDe's ever actually GG